Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. You know, I wouldn't even say I'm in shock because, we've beaten, I mean, Inter Milan 5-0. And I remember the narrative before going into that Inter Milan game, even for myself, like thinking it was some of a tight final, when we've seen Liverpool Spurs, we've seen Madrid Dortmund the year before, and we smacked them. So us smacking Madrid, I mean, it's a great accomplishment. It's a great accomplishment. It's nice that it happened. Madrid fans were they were honest. That's one thing I respect when beating Madrid compared to Barca. Madrid will take it. I mean, this is the first time we have beaten Madrid 3-0 in the group stage before, but this is the first meaningful, relevant victory we've had over Real Madrid ever since, what was it, 1995? I think we knocked them out of the Champions League. So, no, Madrid fans took it. We beat Barca before 4-1 at their stadium and everything, and it was Araujo red card. They could have done the same with. I saw some Madrid fans saying, Asensio Rudiger cooked the game for us, but I know that they would have lost the game no matter what. So, I appreciate the honesty at least. But we're not here. I mean, we're here to talk about the game, but indirectly. Because we're here to talk about one player. And his name is Kylian Mbappe. I've said it before. My agenda halved, became less after we won the Champions League. Kylian Mbappe had an embarrassing season. Paris Saint-Germain had, his best season ever. Straight after Mbappe leaving, Ousmane Dembélé leading the team instead of Mbappe as well. So that feels great. And now we've beaten Mbappe. We did it. We finally did it. 4-0. He had a generational disaster class. Paris Saint-Germain absolutely cooked his team. And Ousmane Dembélé, who's the new main man at PSG, got the first goal and assist of the game. Assisted the first goal and then got the goal. And Mbappe. So, I would still troll Mbappe. I troll Vinny. I troll all these players. That won't stop. I would still, troll Mbappe here and there. But the hatred, the grudge, I don't think I will have it anymore for Kylian Mbappe. Apart from what he does as a person. If I see a report and he's doing some disgusting stuff, immoral stuff, then obviously I will cook him up. From the PSG perspective, I think I think a lot of Parisians share the same sentiment that Khalas. What's the point? What's the point? We wanted this to happen. When Mbappe left, we were like, we want to win the UCL as soon as possible before he wins it, and we want to potentially beat him in a big game when PSG face Madrid. 1 year in, and we already got both of that. We won the Champions League, the treble, and beat Mbappe in the Club World Cup semi-final too. We're gonna win the Club World Cup. So it's the perfect scenario, first season post Mbappe. So it's we already got everything we wanted. I think the only thing left is Mbappe to never win the Champions League at Madrid. But even that, if he wins one, will I hate it that much? I don't know. It's I'm over it. It's like, because before some Madrid fans said you're treating him as an ex and so on. Yeah, it's the ex is over. It don't hurt. Somewhat I feel sorry for Mbappe. Not that he's a victim, more that he's in such a bad situation. Yesterday I tweeted Mbappe is probably the most depressed. When we went 2-0, 3-0 up, 23 minutes and tweeted, Mbappe is probably the most depressed person of all time at the moment, or in the world at the moment. Deservedly so. He wanted this. You can go back and read his quotes. One quote, I think 2 years before he left PSG, he said, if I wanted to win the UCL, I wouldn't be at PSG or something like that. He said, I'm not at PSG to win the UCL or something. He said something crazy like that. When he came to Madrid, he was talking about the treble in his first season, the UCL and everything. So I'm very happy that Mbappe got humbled. He's still obviously extremely insecure. I remember in the last international break, they asked Mbappe, is PSG better without you? And he just PR'd his way out of it. They didn't answer the question. They didn't say a no or a yes. He just said, I watch PSG, I like them. They didn't answer the question. He obviously knows we're far superior without him. Is that the only reason? No. There is a major reason. The leader of a team is huge. If you go back to the Bayern München game, I remember when Dembélé came on. And I said it. I said, I don't know what Dembélé would do with the ball at his feet. But Dembélé coming on it will make all the other PSG players work harder. And that's when we started creating attacks. When Ousmane Dembélé came on in that game. Why? Because he's a leader. He's a leader. He leads. He leads the other teammates. Something Mbappe could never do. You know, he's never been able to do that. The only moment maybe you want to say that is the France 22 World Cup final. Like some people maybe want to mention 2018. 2018, why Mbappe was so good? Because he wasn't the main centerpiece of the team. He was the side piece. He was that tricky winger. And that's what Mbappe is. And that's what Mbappe will always be. But when you try to make him like the thing, that's not him. That's never been him. There's never been him. We've tried, you know, building teams around him and so on, and it just doesn't work. The only time maybe you could say was 21, 22, maybe. I mean, that was the best Mbappe. So yeah, Mbappe. I guess it's over. There isn't that much to say, honestly. And this is something I've predicted ever since Mbappe left PSG. He's trying to, you know, build back the relationship. Obviously, I understand it. I would have wanted a sincere apology because the thing is, Mbappe's trying to get back like he hasn't done anything. I don't like that. Like, you've done a lot of disgusting stuff. I would like, I don't know, an interview or sincere apology or something. Because I want to see you being self-aware. You know, that's the next step for Mbappe. He's what, 27? Still has a lot of years left for him. Mbappe, this is the moment to self-reflect. This is the moment to look at yourself in the mirror and think about, what have I done wrong? Because Kylian Mbappe, according to every single religion, and even atheist logic, karma is a thing. When you are in a bad situation, it's always because you have done bad stuff. You know, people say, oh, Mbappe is unlucky. No person in the world is unlucky. Maybe some people are unlucky. But Mbappe is not one of them. So Mbappe, I think this is a great moment for you to reflect at yourself. I wouldn't say your career, but your past years at PSG and in the French national team and your first season at Madrid. And see what you did wrong, what you did right. Because the priorities from you, you know, when you were absolute worst form, saying that you were going to go on a training session, and then you go fucking prostitutes in Sweden, that's not the right way. Kylian Mbappe, ever since you came onto the stage, Ballon d'Or, generational. Ballon d'Or, generational. Obviously, immense pressure. And in the beginning, you were living up to it. But now you're becoming irrelevant, Kylian Mbappe. But yeah, I think me and other Paris Saint-Germain supporters feel the same. We'll still troll Mbappe here and there. If he has a stinker, if he gets knocked out of the UCL and all of that. But it won't hit as much because, as I said, we already did everything we wanted to do for the time period Mbappe was away from PSG. We've already done that in less than a span of a year. So, yeah, that's basically how it is. I've always been honest about Mbappe. I will continue to be honest about Kylian Mbappe. That's been it from boy PSG. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, Paris.